Hi there, this is a quick video overview of a Riese Muller e-bike. This is the Homage GT NuVinci model from Riese Muller. Made in Germany, a very high quality e-bike, as you can perhaps guess from the thick, chunky, extremely strong welded frame there. That's probably the most distinctive thing about this bike. And we'll just take a look. It's a fully suspended frame. You can see in there you've got an air shock unit hiding there under the frame, which gives you plenty of damping for a fully suspended ride, and also an air suspension unit at the front. These bikes are assembled in Germany at the Riese Muller factory. They've got a factory in Darmstadt, which is apparently near Frankfurt. It's got mountain bike size 27.5-inch wheels and continuously variable shifting. This rear hub there, that's the NuVinci part of the title of the bike, but we'll come to that in a while. So looks a really well built quality bike, fully featured, with mud guards, a Bosch Performance Line CX, very powerful motor drive, full LED lighting. We'll just take a look at more of the features in more detail now. So taking a look at the cockpit here. This is the Bosch Intuitive display and control system. You can set your power levels here on the left, simply up and down. You've got your 4 power levels there, from Eco to Turbo. Eco, I think, is 50% boost, so it'll add 50% of your pedalling power, right up to Turbo at the top, and that'll actually give you 300% assist. So wherever power level you're pedalling at, however much power you're putting into the pedals, it'll add 300% onto that, and believe me, that really gets you up the hills. That's a really powerful motor system. Also, if I just toggle through the various displays here, you've got your odometer, total trip distance, clock, maximum speed, average speed, current trip time. And then you've got an estimated range. That's just 16 miles there on turbo setting, but if we bring the power level down, you can see that will extend to over 50 miles. That is an estimate. It's just based on the current riding, so it takes quite a few hours riding for it to get used to your riding style and your terrain to give a really accurate range estimate. Then coming over here, this is your gear shifter on the right hand side. Again, that's continuously variable, as I said. You can see the little orange hill there in the display box at the bottom, simply telling you whether you are in a setting for going up hills, up steep hills, or more on the flat. So there's no steps with that. As I say, it's a stepless system. You simply twist that to the level of gearing, level of difficulty you want to pedal, according to the terrain, and away you go. The only thing to remember is really you have to stop pedaling to let the motor power back off while you change that. And while we're here, I'll just show you these brake levers here. You have Shimano Dior hydraulic disc brakes there. So that's your cockpit. Also, I can just show you the central features here. You have a lighting control there as well to turn your front and rear LED lights on and off. Reset button for your trip time and your trip distance, and an on and off switch. And also the whole thing takes off as a kind of an anti-theft device, and just to make the whole thing look a bit less attractive and obvious when it's parked up. So that's an extremely practical and usable set of controls and displays there on the handlebars. Now taking a look at the front end of the Riese and Muller Homage e-bike. You've got these very nice Suntour Ion air shocks here, various adjustment controls on them. If you can see that underneath there, you've got your spring setting to set the amount of rebound there. You can just set that with your just by basically twiddling it with your thumb and finger. Then you have a lockout adjustment here according to whether you're on the road or off-road, so you can lock it out to a rigid fork or open it up to give you plenty of travel on the suspension. And coming round the other side, the top of the forks, there's an air setting there where if you have a shock pump, you'll be able to take that cap off and just set how hard or soft the front forks are, really according to your body weight and your riding style and the terrain you're going over, just as to how hard or soft you want the front suspension to be. So you've got there a lot of control, which should result in a nice comfortable ride to suit your riding style. I also really like these fenders here. Normally you'll get a piece of steel rod for the stay. This is some kind of thick, rigid composite to hold them in place, plenty of clearance, so you're not going to get the stays being knocked, and with steel stays and narrower clearances you often get the guards scraping on the tyres really annoyingly. But these are going to stay in place, plenty of clearance for going off-road as well if you get mud and crud in between there. So that's another really good practical feature. And finally, coming to these tyres, these big, I think they're 2.4 inch wide, 27.5 inch diameter tyres, Schwalbe Moto X. They're slicks, semi-slicks you'd maybe call them, so some tread, rated 30 to 55 psi, so again clearly rated for some softer surfaces, off-road trails, fire roads, canal towpaths, and I've actually taken them on kind of pack horse trails with a lot of mud on over winter, and they've been good, they've coped well with that. So there's the front wheel features, and also you've got really super powerful LED lighting. This unit's from Supernova, you can see there. That's really good, it gives you a really good clear beam in front of you, really concentrated light. I've used that several times at night, and that is superb LED lighting, powered from the main in-frame battery, so your batteries aren't going to run out there. Then down here by the cranks we've got a top of the line Bosch Performance Line CX crank motor system. It will kick in simply when you pedal X style, giving you, as I said, I think 300% support to your pedalling effort in the top power setting, and that assists you up to 25 km/h if you're in Europe, about 15 mph. US version will be up to 20 mph, so that's a class 1 e-bike so called. And again, just a bit more detail on your frame suspension here. You can see this rear part, your rear triangle here, is fully suspended using this air unit here. Again, as with the front suspension, you've got some finger adjustment here for the recoil, and also the sag, as it's called. You'll be able to adjust with the shock pump. You can do yourself if you're up to that, or your local bike shop will adjust that to suit your weight. That's like a one-time adjustment really, assuming you're keeping roughly the same weight on the bike. You can't quite see really in there, but you measure the sag using a little rubber ring in there. That's all in the Riese and Muller manuals. There's videos online that will explain all that. So that's a really powerful Performance Line CX motor system and a 500 watt-hour battery. Full details on the kind of range on this battery in the test, in the full written test. That's a very easy battery to get on and off the frame. There's a key just around this far side of it. So it's simply a matter of twist the key, really easy to get off, a lot less fiddly in fact than some of the in-frame integrated batteries which are very popular in 2018 models. But basically twist the key, grab the handle and off that comes, so that comes out nice and easy. There is also, if you don't want to take it off, the option to charge it in the frame, and you've got an extra set of battery capacity indicators down there too. Also plenty of a height adjustment on the seat. This frame is the smaller frame size, 48 centimetres, but you've got a good range of seat post height adjustment for smaller riders or taller riders within that range. That's somewhere in the middle for my 5'8" frame. And also here, nicely attached, conveniently attached just behind you there, is this Abu Bordeaux folding lock. If I can manage that with one hand. You'll see that's a really strong, hefty metal lock, but when not in use it really handily folds up and goes away behind the seat there. Again, another really practical feature of the bike. Taking a quick look at the rear end of the Riese and Muller Homage GT NuVinci. The main thing that really impresses here is this lovely big rack. You'd get plenty of storage on there. Fantastic for shopping or touring, and it really does look solid. A nice big frame, really large scale solid welding on it. And I'm just going to grab a wicker basket just to show you the kind of volume you can get on the back. We're just going to put these on, take them shopping in a while. So that's the kind of thing you can do with this very big impressive rack. Also, it looks like you would get a child seat, plenty of space for a child seat on the back there. They'd get a really comfortable ride on this fully suspended frame. And just another look at the NuVinci hub. The way that works is inside there is effectively a ball bearing, very large ball bearing, that slides across from where your power comes in via the chain on the transmission side to the drive side, and the movement of that ball bearing gives you your ratios. The ball bearing itself doesn't actually touch the drive surface. This hub is full of fluid, and it's the compression of the fluid that actually is squeezed so much it becomes solid temporarily under pressure, and it's that, incredibly, that will drive you forward. There is some loss of efficiency there. With these NuVinci hubs you get less of a range from your battery, but the obvious advantage is you've just got a twist grip to operate, no gear steps, and it's just a really convenient, comfortable feature for riding. So that's the Riese and Muller Homage GT NuVinci e-bike. Fantastic town bike, fantastic trail bike, fantastic touring bike. You can get the full written report, more details with a range test and more detail about the bike out on the trail at electricbikereport.com.